Oh, there it goes. All right, I think we're up and running. Got cameras running. Got headphone running. Okay, I think we're good. Um, okay, so I haven't streamed in a couple of weeks. Streamed in the last couple of weeks. That's because, it's a lot of repeats. But I thought maybe I'd stream this week because, get at least one in. This is, well, you might not be able to see it, but we are on week 18 out of 19. This is the second to last week of the intermediate workouts for CaliMove. Um, they are getting, well, I say intense, definitely challenging to get all in. Get 737 now. I've got 26 sets in this workout. 26 sets. That's a lot of sets. And that's not even the hardest one. Friday, it goes up to 32 sets. And then next week, it goes 28 sets two times, followed by 36 sets. Um, so we're getting pretty intense in the number of sets. But that's the end of the intermediate. I have no idea what's inside of the third phase, which is they call advanced, which I don't know. I mean, if you look at the picture, the guy's doing handstands. What do you call them? X handstands, hands out wide, our legs kind of spread out. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not there for a week. Uh, I won't be getting there in intermediate. I, I don't know. I mean, I'm probably strong enough to do a handstand. I'm not stable enough to hold it, though. I mean, I don't think I'd be all that great at it. I still got to do it. I mean, really, the goal is to be able to get to that point where you're just strong enough and stable enough to be able to do, V-ups and plank ups or not V-ups, but planche push-ups. Uh, you know, wall push-ups even. I have a feeling maybe we move towards that. I have to figure out how I'm going to do a wall push-up. I don't know where I'd put my stuff for that. Yeah, I don't really have a spot. All my walls are fully covered up, so this is going to be challenging. Um, but we'll see. Let's worry about that when we get to it. It looks like I got to fix one camera. It's not actually on anything. I have to do pull-ups and dips. I'm going to mix up like I did last time, or like I've been doing these last couple times, dips and push-ups. Just because I don't want to do dips. I'm tired of dips. I'm tired of pull-ups, but I know pull-ups are key to my being able to do a lot of the things that are coming up. So, got to do what I got to do, right? So I got to keep doing pull-ups. Push-ups and dips, I think, kind of share the triceps, especially since I'm trying to do them on the rings and I'm keeping the arms back and trying to keep arms pretty low in my positioning rather than being up here. I'm doing them down here, which is a lot of push-ups, a lot of triceps anyway. So with any luck, I'll be able to get that going. I want to also try and see if, let's see if I can get, let's see if this wants to work today. Scanning. Up, doesn't look good. Oh, wait, maybe. Ah, what do you know? Go. All right, so that's good. I've got, I went and ran 3 miles. Not much to warm up, but that was 45 minutes ago, which is better than usual. But actually, yeah, it was probably closing in on an hour ago. So, yeah, we'll have to get started on this. All right, so I'm gonna make my transition and we will get started. I gotta get this, gotta get moving here. Okay, I think I've got things set. I fixed the camera slightly. I don't know if it's better to have it on dips or maybe I have to move it, triceps, I don't know. Plus I'm going to be doing push-ups in here, so. And last time I did this, okay, so I did this Monday, which is exact same thing. Yep, exact same thing. I was just trying to see if there was any change. Nope, there's no change. Uh, I did the exact same thing, and my knee kind of tweaked a little bit. Now it's not hurting at all. It didn't hurt after that. I felt it. I wasn't sure if I strained it, and I just stopped. So I only got 2 sets through the 5 sets, 4 sets. Um, Actually, was it? I thought it was only 4 sets. Oh, it's 5 sets. I only got 2 sets through the 5 sets. So there's that. I didn't quite make it through the full workout, uh, and I just didn't want to risk it, you know. So we'll see how it goes today, um, and it'll be kind of a test, I guess. Hopefully, doing some of the cardio that I did will make a difference. I'll set my watch. We're going here. Strength workout. Start workout. And so what I've been doing is pull-ups with without a vest and with a mix. I do like 2 sets before without a vest and 4 sets with a vest and then 2 sets without a vest. Just because I'm trying to do body weight work, but I'm also like to mix up the weight a little bit. I'm not changing the weight a ton. That's why you can see here last time I was up in the 184, 185. What was my weight today? I want to say it was 183. I did not record it. It might have been 183. I want to say it was 183. Guess I could weigh again. Let's go weigh again and see how. Let's go see what it says here. Yeah, I guess it is one. It's actually less than 183. It's 182.4. Is that a better thing? Uh, I mean, it is better, I guess. It's a half pound. But I feel like it wasn't. I don't know. When you go run, things kind of get skewed a little bit. You do burn a little bit of water weight, um, so it could be a little off. I can't see where this is pointing anymore, so I don't know if I'm pointing it right. All right, let's start this thing. Close enough. Let's do this. I feel like my bands have moved, and they probably have. My son might borrow it. I don't know. Okay. So when I try to do these, my goal is to get up high enough that I'm. Hey, Ricky Food, how you doing, man? Which one? Oh, you know what? It might be. Let me. I had to think about that. I've been painting lately, and I record that, and I have to have it on fixed focus because it's too close. It doesn't do very well with adjustable focus on your objects. Let's see. How's that? Is that clearer? Okay, remove the fixed focus. No, I think you're right. because it did have the fixed focus on. Hopefully that's better. Okay. I do have, like I said, I have one camera off still. It's really hard to see it because my camera is out of view of my computer here. Okay, so I'm gonna try and do some push-ups now. Did I set, oh, I didn't even record it. Okay, so if I was 182, I'm just gonna say 183. And I did 10. And now I don't have it linked because I'm doing these two things. And I'm only doing 4 of each of these. So we will switch over to push-ups here. Well, it was. Actually Monday was Memorial Day. So last weekend was Memorial Day. So yeah, I didn't really do much. Uh, I'm part of a board game group, and we did we have an on holiday weekends. We do all day gaming. Normally we only game like evenings, like Saturday to it's usually on Saturday of that weekend for you know most weekends that we play for like 4 hours. We play from like 5 to 9 or 5 to 10, 5 to whenever we get done, but it's typically about 5 to 9. And then we play, but on weekends, on holiday weekends, we start like around earlier than noon, somewhere between 9 and noon, depending on availability of the facilities. And then we play till about the same time. So it's like an extra 5, 6 hours, depending on how long we play. All right, so 16. So so now I'm trying to go a little faster. It's supposed to be 2 minute breaks. So I'm generally doing right now, so you can see my break here, I think is like 1 minute 15 seconds. uh, yeah, they're 2 minute breaks and I'm trying to keep it down, I think. Yeah, I got to try to keep these down. So these are going to go fast. I'm probably going to get tired, which means my numbers are going to really shrink compared to normally. I've been trying to do around 90 seconds, and now I'm shrinking it down to 70 seconds, which is going to get me really tired, and my numbers are going to go down quite a bit. But this many sets takes a really long time. All right, let's do this. All right. 10. Again, no extra weight yet. We'll start adding weight on the next one here. Get all my wait, how come? Oops. Did that wrong. Uh, one. Let's see what I do. 183. 183. 10. Then we're going to go to dips. Normally, you're right though. It's because it's usually the last weekend in May is Memorial Day weekend, and Friday is not technically weekend, and that's the last day of this month. So the last weekend of May was last weekend. Dips. Why is that heater? Come on, it's not even that cold outside. Uh, so my vest these days is 24 pounds. I've increased it by 2. So I'm trying to keep it up around that 205, 206 range. So if I lose weight, I add pounds. But I have the last time I lost weight and had it down around 205, you could say I gained weight, but I didn't change the weight in the in the vest. So eh. All right, so here we go again. So now I'm gonna start adding weight. So I got to go get the weight here. 24 pounds. Current weight vest is 24 pounds. Now keep in mind, I do a lot less when I've got the weight vest on. I get and I have a lot less power in my power up. I can do, I think the most I've done with this on, the most I've ever done. Oh, oh, best viewers on. Oreo weekend. What is that? Are you saying you're the best viewer, or are you saying the both of you are the best viewer? Or are you trying to sell me something and there's something that's where the best viewers are? I don't know. All right, let's go. Uh, so I've been having elbow pain here. Kind of that burning sensation. I think I got tendonitis on my elbow. It's like one of those things they say, let it rest. It doesn't work. Trust me, I've let it rest before. Just just comes back. Now, I could have done one more, maybe two. 24. But you can see on the little chart there of the page, effort level is supposed to be 5. Oh, it says 6. That's 60% of your max. So if my max is 7, which would be iffy, I would be really close to not being able to get it fully pulled up. Um, what is 60% of, hey, under Skyline? How you doing? Hello. Uh, I don't know what 60% of 7 is. So what is that, about 4 maybe? So I did 5. Um, so it should be 60% of your max. And I got to go do what I just do dips. So now I'm going to do push-ups. And I got to change this. So I'll be adding 24, be 59. Okay, that's about right. But it's supposed to be 159 on the second set. Then we'll go. Hopefully I could do at least 10. Now you notice that I'm doing it on a decline, because once again I'm trying to get the strength for doing planche push-ups, which means very far forward lean and being able to lift your body up. And this puts more of my body on my arms, thus allowing me to hopefully get to the point where someday I can do a planche. I got to be able to do a planche push. And so far I can only do a planche tuck, and I can only do it for about 10-15 seconds. So it's not enough. All right, so that's 8 per side. And I did 10, 8 per side, because I also did the 2 out each way. So I guess it's 8, not 10. All right, I'm gonna have to increase that, put a little more effort in it. Motivating. Oh, you have? Hey, well, that's great. Thanks for the subscribing. I appreciate it. Which is impressive, because I think on YouTube I have only about, I don't know, what does it say? 20 some subscribers? I don't know. I don't have a lot of, I mean, I haven't been doing it on YouTube as long as I have on Twitch, but it's just, I don't know that workout streams are as common on YouTube as they are on Twitch. I don't know. There's a lot of them on Twitch. I know that. And then the ones on YouTube are usually pre-recorded. A lot of the ones that are out there. So it could be people who do it on Twitch. But I don't know. Either that, or I just don't come to the top of the search. What do you call it? Formulas that they have. 13 seconds. Oh, this is going to be fun. All right, so going over to pull-ups again. Trying to keep up with these is the biggest trick, because as you get more and more tired, it gets more and more difficult to keep up with my faster pace. It's supposed to be 2 minutes, so keep in mind if you're doing these workouts for CaliMove, even though I'm doing 16 sets of these two things, there are only 8 of each. So they're supposed to get a full 2-minute rest. And as I continue to drop my numbers, or gap and rest, my numbers go down too. But if I can keep up with the pace, it's worth it. Takes too long. These are long workouts. I mean, it's pretty much a 90-minute workout, at least at this point. And that's if you keep up perfectly. If you keep up with the 2-minute pace, I think it's going to be closer to an hour and 45. Because this is 26 sets. So with a 2-minute gap in between every set, plus a 3-minute gap in between the transitional sets. All right, so what did I do last? I did push-ups. So now I got to go do dips. Keep in mind, one of the things that I've learned recently when doing any kind of dips workout, keep your elbows kind of in. Don't let them flare out. It puts a lot of stress on the shoulders, especially if you're letting your elbows go beyond your back. You want to keep your elbows in so you're not stressing your shoulders so much. This is more natural, this, versus trying to make your elbows go back here. And when you're doing a dip, that weight can force your arm back. A lot of stress on the shoulders. So if you got, even if you don't have shoulder issues, it's better to do them so you never have shoulder issues. Don't do the things that get your shoulders to where mine are. Right now, I know when I'm doing it wrong because my shoulders hurt. But other people might not have that, and eventually they just don't realize they're doing damage that will eventually lead them to that state of pain. All right, here we go. Next. You'll notice I changed form a little bit. Wow, I guess that's nice. I mean, I suppose if it gets them to the site, try it out. Where are we at? 207. Oops. What did I do? 6:15? 207. But to be fair, I think most of the people who stream workouts are pretty fit, male and female. I don't think. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's all a matter of opinions, I suppose. But well, sure. But let's stay focused. Hey, retro replay. Thanks. But like I said, it has resulted in me having like 20 followers on YouTube. But I do appreciate the follows that I have. That's for sure. Okay. Where am I? Next one is a pull-up again. So there's 8 sets of these, so we're going to be pushing through these next couple. I've already done vest twice. Oh, I don't have this on the right thing here. I've done that. So I'm going to do 2 more heavies, and then I'm going to finish with 2 no vest, because I like to switch back and forth. Okay, I think time's up. I will say though, pull-ups go fast to the point where I question if I did them before. I'm like, after I've done something, I go, wait a minute, have I done my pull-ups yet? Because it's just like the memory point is too small. definitely getting burned. I do feel like it's easier for sure, considering I went up to 7 last time. Maybe on this last one I'll push a little bit harder, see if I can get 6 or 7. But like I said, trying to keep up with the speed of this workout, which is bordering on 30 to 45 seconds faster than the it's supposed to be. I'm gonna try to do a few extra archers, so maybe I'll do 4 and 4 this time, or maybe 5 and 5. Try to get to 10. 5 regulars, 5 archers. Now archers, thing is, if you do archers, it's more weight, so I'm throwing off the scale. If I do only archers, it's gonna be, I could mark down a heavier weight. Now let's stay on, let's appreciate it, but let's stay on task. I don't want to say stay focused. That could be a problem, but let's stay on focus. All right. Okay. That was exceptionally difficult today. I felt like I've done 8, but maybe I haven't done 8 with the vest. I think this might be kind of heavy for the vest. I only did 6. All the blood went to my head. I never really considered, my friend. Never really considered. All right, all right, so weighted push-up. So now, if I do incline 150s, I forgot how much I add for, let's go, forgot how much I add for decline, but it's 159. Oh, I think it's about 20 pounds. There was a way to check. No, summer starts in June, but as far as weather goes around here, we're typically pretty cloudy. We've had a couple of nice days, but in general, we're kind of cloudy cool right now. I think this today when I went and ran, I think it was in the mid 40s. All right, let's just say I'm gonna say 179, and I only did 6. Really feels like I dropped. Of course, I don't know. I gotta figure out how to measure with the vest again. Plus, it is my 4th set, and considering triceps, it's actually my 3rd set. Which, considering triceps, it's my 5th set. And then I've also been doing other things which have been tiring me out, so that could be part of it. All right, so this is my last heavy set. But yeah, we don't get we're not a terribly warm area even in the summer, but we get our nicest days in July usually. With a couple of nice ones, we get a little bit of nice scattered in June and September, May, June, September. August can be typically warmer temperatures, but it's been known to be kind of rainy. So I don't know, or at least cloudy. Seems like our sunniest, warmest days are usually in July, though. At least in the specific area that I live in, which is like the Northwest Seattle area in Washington. So, all right, let's see if I can get a few X. I'm gonna try to get to 6 or 7. I know it's more than 60% at this point, but if I can do it, I'm actually gonna. I like to do reverse every now and then, but my elbow misbehaving, so I think we'll go with just standard. I like to vary my pull-ups. Some side pull-ups. Those are really fun. They're hard. I can't do as many of those. Fix my grip. I wanted that last one. 2:07.7, which, gotta admit, I was probably a little low. Humidity can be rough. Around here it gets kind of pretty humid, but the worst humidity I've seen are the two worst places I've been for humidity. Hong Kong, oh my gosh, Hong Kong was terrible. You'd walk out there and it's 90 degrees outside and you're just like trying to breathe. It's just, you just instantly feel like sticky and yucky. It was just instant. And second worst was probably Virginia. Now this is just places I've been. I know there's probably various other places, but I remember Virginia was pretty terrible too. I had a lot of that same feeling. Hong Kong was the worst though, with the humidity. All right, so we did pull-ups. I gotta do, I guess, dips now again. 20 seconds. All right. All right, enough stalling. Let's get to it. So again, you notice I changed form a lot in there where I have my legs in front of me, legs behind me. Just trying to change the angle for chest and effort. Tell you though, when my legs are back, when I try to keep my knees back in line with my hips, that's by far the hardest. I have a hard time doing those ones for too many. When my legs are in front of me and I try to lock into a V position, those are probably the easiest. But okay, so 207 again. 207, 18. All right. Oh, yeah, I could adjust it. I only have one more set of dips to do, But yeah, I can do that. And these last ones, I think I'm going to do vest free. See where I'm at with energy left. I got 2 sets of pull-ups and then 1 set of dips and 1 set of push-ups left. Is it? Oh wow, it does look frozen, doesn't it? I mean, it's hard to tell, but huh. Let's see if I could fix that. It's hard to fix cameras. Hard to fix cameras when the stream is running though, so we'll see if I can get this to work. Oops, wrong one. That one. Usually when you disconnect a camera in the middle of a stream, things break. So if I lose you, I'll have to restart. Hopefully that won't happen, but we'll see. Let's see if I can get this adjusted. Checking to see if I can get this back up, but might not come back. Might be without that one. Short of terminating my stream here. Let's try this again. One more try. See if I can get this back. Huh, how do you know? I think I got it. Okay, well the next thing I do is push-ups anyway, and then I'll try to adjust it for the last dips that I do. Okay. Well, I should have a little extra energy. It took about a minute longer than I should have. If I got the energy, I like to try to do leg lifts while I'm doing those, but because it's the only way these workouts I have to do extra things to get extra core in there, because the workout itself hasn't been doing too much core lately. My grip has been slipping. I don't know. It's probably the gloves. The gloves are not very grippy when I'm doing the pull-ups, especially when it gets down off of the palm, which is where the grippy stuff is, and I'm just on this felt. Felt isn't the best gripper. All right. No vest. Longer break last time. I should be able to do a decent amount of push-ups here. Uh, Ow. That was rough. All right. Ten. Actually, it's more than 183 though, because that's the wrong thing. Push up. There you go. Now you can see that I am tweaking this workout. So keep that in mind. I'm not actually doing the exact workout I'm supposed to be doing. So I just have to add extra stuff or change it up a little bit. It's one problem with CaliMove. Sure, Alexa, turn on Hall of Justice. There you go. How's that? Yeah, all my lights down here that turn on are Justice League. Or DC Universe at least. Some of them I guess aren't Justice League, but I have one light, I think. Yeah. No, I have three lights that are not named after anything specific. One's my treadmill light, one's my bike light. But those are just individual bulbs that the Justice League is running. Justice League runs front, back, bike, and treadmill. And then, but the fan is red tornado. The lights above me, the two lights are, well, the main light is the dynamic duo with the individual bulbs. I bet you can guess what those ones are. And then I do have actually, do I have kettlebells? I don't know if I have a kettlebell. No, I do have a medicine ball I use, but I don't think I actually have kettlebells. I do use them at the gym sometimes. I also use dumbbells, kind of. Like if you take one dumbbell and grab the head of the dumbbell, you can do basically kettlebell swings and goblet squats and other stuff that you could use a kettlebell for. Okay, what was I? Pull-ups. Last set of pull-ups. Let's go. Definitely losing the grip. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that thing. I wonder. It's not normal. It doesn't normally do that on its own. But I do have the cord running underneath my mat, and I'm wondering if I'm stepping on the cord or something and tweaking it out. I don't know. There's obviously something going on there. Yeah, I will, let's see if I can figure out what's going on here. do have a number of things running all over this cord, which could be affecting it. I have a medicine ball on it, which isn't great either. Taking the pressure off. I gotta disconnect it. If you don't disconnect it, it tries to come on. OBS will crash, and then I'm completely dead in the water. Okay, so if this doesn't do it, I'm going to have to let it go because I really got to get done here. All right, let's see. Nope, don't think that's good. That doesn't seem good. Oops, that ain't going to work. What else I have left? Okay, so I've done pull-ups. I have to do dips. One last dips. We'll see if I can get it working. I think this camera might be done though. I don't think I can get it going. It doesn't seem very interested in working anymore. Well, when the camera bites it during processing, I'm lucky if I can keep the stream running. Yeah, see, it's pretty frozen up. It's not even set on that camera anymore, so I think we've lost a camera. I'm sorry. I can't really get that one going again. It looks like it's not interested in playing anymore. I mean, I could fix it, but I'd have to like shut down my stream, which is normally not bad. Yeah, I don't know. OBS doesn't like it when cameras disconnect themselves in the middle of a stream, and as such, it's not very. It doesn't deal with it well. Yeah, I can't even switch cameras anymore on that one. It doesn't want anything to do with it anymore. I could try one more thing, one last option. I don't think this is going to work, but we'll try. Okay. Oh, maybe that'll work. But now I have to fix everything. That's not going to work. Okay, well, at least for the moment, I think I have it. But like I said, if it blows up again, and done. I got to get my workout done. All right, one last dips. Okay, that that rest didn't really help much. that was that was hard. I only did 18. Wait, did I do only 18? I think I only did 18. For having no extra weight, that's pretty bad. Maybe I'm just stiffening now. Maybe that rest was too long. We're going into stiffening mode. Okay, so now we got pistol squats and side squats. I don't like these. The side squats, actually, pistol squats are the key, right? I mean, they're the ones that I'm doing to be able to do a pistol squat. Now, as you can see in the example, he's only going down to a bench. I go down to a bench too, but I use the decline as a progressive. So the further over I am to the low end, the better I'm getting, in theory. Side squats are good too, but lately they seem to be stressing my hip and knee the way I have to turn. They're not the most, I don't think they're very ergonomic. They don't feel like a very ergonomic exercise. Like I feel like I'm stressing, my knee and stuff too much. All right. But we'll see what I can do. So, test the camera here. Don't know where I'm at in relation to where the camera is. All right. It's close enough. All right. So, okay, so I found that this is about 15 inches. If I were to squat, do a pistol squat down to my butt touches here, it's about 15 inches from the ground. Um, Lately, if I go about here, it's 14 and a half or so. This does drop off a little. And then I've been trying to do about here, which gets me down to about 14 and a quarter. Um, I've even tried 14. I can do 14 a little bit. I usually have to guess, so it's a little off. I just know it's approximately 4, 5, 6 inches from the side. And then it's just do what I can at that point, right? Let's could probably turn this just a notch so my face isn't so close to cut off. All right, so now I get 3 minutes, but the gap, it's like it would be more important to have a large rest. It's already been 90 seconds, but 3 minutes in between those and this doesn't seem terribly necessary because I'm going to legs now, which are, I haven't touched legs or anything pure down for the exercise. So I do like to use a weight, not only because it adds a little difficulty, but it helps me to balance because it forces me to keep my hands together, and I'm not doing this. So it helps me get a little control. These first few are always the hardest ones because it's like engaging those muscles, waking them up. That's what happens when you're not engaged. That's when you use a slope like this, you don't have rest play. You don't you have to You have to have control, or you will fall over because you don't get to sit down when you're done. Let's try that again. No, when I get going, I can actually do these uh, without not too much difficulty for the first few, but waking up the legs. All right, legs, let's get going here. Focus. Okay. A little better. As you can see, I got a little bit better at it as I went. Um, it's just getting that rhythm, getting that balance, getting the legs to wake up. You're going into a pretty deep squat and you're trying to balance. And it takes a lot of the support muscles have to all activate together. I feel like it takes a little bit of rhythm, a little bit of muscle engagement, wake everything up that isn't normally taking part. So, yeah. I'm not good at burning time. And when I'm not as tired, which I will be later on, it's so these are the weird ones. Okay, so I'm gonna okay, so this one I've kind of learned how he does them, but it's like getting the trying not to stress the hip when you go over. That's kind of the tricky part for me. Because if I can do this without stressing my hip, it's not so bad. So if you've ever done a back kick or a back kick, yeah. If you're when you're taught, or when I was taught anyway, by a guy who knew karate, and he was teaching me, gave me like 1 or 2 lessons, but I picked up enough things to kind of learn a few things. Like when you do a back kick, you don't want your foot pointing forward. You want your feet basically pointing outward. So if you think about a back kick, it would be kind of like this foot is going to be like that, then this foot has to be like this, right? So when you go down, this foot and knee can be in line with each other, and your hips can open up. So it's kind of that same. Oh, yeah. It's just hard to do this adjusting in between. I know I got to get. See, and then my head gets chopped off. It's just like it's not really a happy medium here. Sorry. All right, let's get started here. It's only going to be my back in here anyway. Let's see if I can do this without. I know, he puts his arms out. For me, it's just focusing on the hips. I want to make sure I have to focus on the hip because it feels like sometimes it's tweaking, and I have to make sure that I stay in a point where you don't feel it. You shouldn't feel the pain in your hips. You should just feel, you're going down. You should be getting tired because you're doing a glute and hamstring lift. But so this one, I'm just going to go back and forth. I'm going to do the full 5 sets. I'll try to get all the way through it if I can. I'm going to throw in, with this one, let's throw in some cardio or some abs, not cardio, some abs. Trying to figure out the best place to do this. It's kind of hard to get this on camera because I don't want to do it on the. All right, so this one is not. Sorry, but this one is not going to be in the back camera because I'm too far back. I can't even get into the camera from here. It's just no good place to be here. I really, the ab roller is one of my favorite ab exercises here. I don't like doing this on my mat because I have a feeling it's going to wear my mat out. It's not a good mat thing. You want a hard surface if possible. Plus, it's probably harder with a hard surface. Oh, did it lock up again? Did I push? um, I was wondering if touching that cord would. I did. I touched the cord. I was just like, oh, it should be all right because I thought the problem was in the. Oh, I thought you were saying I broke it. Okay. It does look kind of frozen to me. I don't know. It's hard to tell though without anything moving. All right, so let's get back to it. Let's see. I guess I did 20. Wasn't too many, but it was a good starter set for that. All right, let's go back. Pistol squat. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, here we go. Let's try it again. Let's see if I do any better on the second try. First try was kind of sloppy, but hopefully this is better. I do cheat sometimes to catch my balance with my heel on my other foot. I try not to, but it's not always easy. Arg. All right. Here we go. A lot of times it's where my eyes are focused. If I'm looking too far to the right or too far to the left, it twists me and I, I go off balance. Nope. Tell you, man, that is a focus exercise. If you're not focused, forget it. You just, it's too easy to, if you lose focus, you just, sometimes it's hard to get it back. All right. I only did 8 again. I'm really having trouble with focus on that. I think it's because I'm being watched. I know how I know how sloppy I am, or how it looks when I'm messing up, and so I'm like, maybe I'm getting self-conscious about how bad I am at those. I think part of it is on those. It's like I've really got to focus, and I feel I don't drop far enough. But again, it's trying to find that point at which I can drop farther and not hurt the hip. Excuses, excuses, right? I only have 5 sets of these, so 3 more sets of each, and I'm all done. And the faster I go, the less I have to do. It's not true. Oh, is it? Okay. Thing is, when I'm standing here, the angle, I guess you're right, I could get a little bit lower. It's just difficult because, see, now my head is, I guess if I stay right about here, I'm in pretty good shape. Don't get any, as long as I don't step an inch closer this way, then my head don't get chopped off. All right, next one. I don't need these. I don't have any more grip to do. Here we go. Focus, focus, focus. Okay. Okay. 1, 10, 10. All right, we got up to 10. That's something. Okay, so now we try. Okay, so you know what? This is kind of in the way. I think I have more grip on the carpet. Plus, I can feel the mat kind of moving when I'm doing this, especially when I'm doing the side squats, because I'm pressing outward with this foot. Legs are starting to feel it. Starting to feel it, man. Let's go do some more. Let's go do some more abs. I need to get some more water first, though. All right, much better. There you go. Now it's out of the way. and I can focus on the actual work now. I gotta say, these are getting pretty difficult. Yes. Everything you've purchased, you have access to forever. I've purchased the first 3 parts out of the 5, and this is the second part, but you have access to them forever, yes. Other leg. Other leg, Ken. Come on, you gotta start. You gotta start here. You're not gonna get anywhere standing here. Cheating. How much is it? Uh, it's a little pricey. I mean, I don't know if it's pricey compared to other workouts. I think it's about the same. You know, you're getting every workout, every section. Plus, the more parts you buy at once, the cheaper it is. Okay, so if you buy all 5, it's like 100 and, or maybe it's 200 and some dollars, but it's like a 20 or 30% discount off of buying one at a time. It's like a 10 or 20 over buying packages of 3 and 2. That's what I bought, 3 and 2. I bought 3, I haven't bought the 2 yet. So if you buy all 5 at once, it's cheaper, but it's a 92-week program with all 5 parts. So that's pretty big, and I wanted to get through the first 3 before I bought the other 2, because I wanted to make sure I could get through those first, right? You know, that I wasn't going to get sick of it. I had never done any of them before. I didn't know if they were any good, if I was going to get bored or feel like I'm not making any progress. Um, tell you what, I've gotten close. The one problem I have with it is, like I said, they're good workouts. It's towards the end. Once now I'm in the intermediate, towards the end of intermediate, I'm actually feeling it. I'm sweating and stuff. But early on, even through intermediate, halfway through intermediate, I always felt like I was not quite getting enough exercise. It wasn't quite enough for me because I'm used to doing more. But these last few weeks they've got me working. I'm definitely, anytime you're doing 20 or more sets, as somebody who's in pretty good shape, most uh, gym people will tell you, people who work out regularly, will tell you 20 to 30 sets is kind of the sweet spot. Even if you're doing strength, you do smaller sets, but they're still 20 to 30 sets. And if you're doing endurance, you typically won't do that many. You'll probably do closer to the 20 sets just because cardio burnout. Um, but ultimately, comes down to uh, feeling like you're getting a full workout. Now, for beginners, I think it's very good. I think it starts you off slow, works you into it, has a lot of things that will kind of help you to, find your form, and just finally, feel like you're making progress. Uh, so yeah, I think it's the beginner one was way too easy. I was doing two workouts a day. I, so I got through a 3 month, 4 month program in like 2.5 months. So, and then intermediate, which is what I'm doing now, was like that for the first couple of weeks. I think I doubled up some, and then of course the test weeks are supposed to be a full week, and I always do those in like a day. I do the whole week in a day. I start doing the. So there's supposed to be like a rest week. You test to see where you're at and recover a little bit, um, but I don't do that. So I just did all the tests in one day, and didn't do 10-minute breaks, and then I went straight into the workouts going into the next day. So I think one time I think during the beginner phase, I think once I did the full test week and a workout all in a day because it was just they were all just too little for me. But again, that has to do with somebody who's been working out for years and years, just doing a workout intended for people who have done nothing. I mean, they're really just going from zero to they're trying to go from zero to something. And even though I hadn't done some of those exercises before, the key ones that really helped me a lot were like the stretches because my shoulders really needed to get that stretching to get my range of motion going. It actually helped a lot with the pains in my shoulders once I got that fixed up a little bit. I try to do those. They don't do the stretches much after the first week, but part. But I've been doing them on my own because I really liked them. 15. Felt pretty good. I was able to find a position that felt decent. This is it. One set to go. I will let you know how much things cost again. Actually, let me see if I can tell you how much. That's right. Let me see if let me see if I have. Let's see if I have the receipt. I'm curious. I can't remember how much the whole 3 parts. I bought 3 parts, so. Okay, so the 3 parts, I believe this is the right one. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so I bought the bundle for the first 3 parts. It's the basic bundle. It was $190. So it's about, what is that? $63. $63 for 112 for each course. Now I think it's probably like $70 if you buy them separate. So it's a little cheaper. But if you buy all 5 parts, it's like $250. So I think you end up paying like maybe 50 some dollars a course. Now compare that to like um, Athleon X. Now I did an Athleon X workout some time back. I bought one of their works. I bought the Beast X workout, which is also one of the workouts I've done on here. It's Beakst. Beaxst. It's the Beakst workout, but it's Athleon X. And let's see if I have that one on here. What is this one? 22. Yep. Okay, so that was $100, $97. So if you buy a package, so most workouts are about that. I mean, I bought the what do you call it? Insanity workout some time back. We got this. It was a whole CD set, the original Insanity, and that one is $120, right? So that was $120 for the CDs. Now, if you go on to beastbody.com and buy it, that's like $20 a month, but you're not going to finish it. It's 3 months. So if you were to buy the beachbody.com website service, I think it's 20 or 23. So if you did the full program of Insanity, which is like I said, is like 3 months long, you're paying almost $70 there too. So $70 to $100 is a pretty good range of what workouts cost. So this one being $190 or $63 per piece is on par. In fact, it's probably on the lower end of what most workouts are. A lot of them are $100 or so, $100 more a month, $100 or more per workout. I have not tried Power Nation. No, I have not done Power Nation. Okay, let's get these. Got two more sets to do, and I'm ready to get. I have to get to my other work. I'm gonna do. I've been streaming online my my learning. I'm trying to learn Azure right now. I did Next.js and React and programming. These are all programming things. And I did a Python class, and I'm going to do more Python. I'm going to do more of all of those. This is like I'm doing the base classes right now, and then I'll do some higher level classes. But I've been streaming them while I do them and working through all of the pains in the rears that some of these things are. Azure, I tell you, oh God, there's so many problems with it. Azure, I run into problem after problem. And some of them I don't think are my problem. Some of them I think they have bugs or issues with Azure because you follow a step-by-step thing and then it just doesn't work. And so I try a different way. So I've been trying to figure out different ways to make things work. And it's been hit or miss, to be honest. I usually figure it out, but it just takes some time sometimes. But it's interesting if you want to see somebody struggle through their programming learning. So I try to add to my resume so I can get a job. been out of work now for almost 2 months, and it's getting me nervous because finances are getting tight, and it's becoming a thing. It's not serious yet, but it's going to be soon if I don't find work. So if you know anybody who needs a developer, C# developer, let me know. SQL Server. Anyway, on to task. Let's do this. Oh, that's really low. Am I too far over? I feel like I'm too far over. I'm definitely losing it. I'm losing it now. It's not just balance. My leg is definitely just getting tired. Highest 12. Never even heard of Power Nation, to be honest. Is that another calisthenics program? Okay, so the way I picked CaliMove, because I wanted to do calisthenics, I just basically went on Google and said, "Hey, what are the top top calisthenics training programs?" And it might have been on the list, but I saw like two of these lists, and both of them had CaliMove. Well, I saw multiple lists, but of the lists, only one of them had one at the top more than once, and it was CaliMove. And CaliMove was on all the lists, so all the lists I saw, and had good reviews. And I said, "Yeah, let's go give these guys a try." There's no doubt. I mean, you watch this guy. I mean, he's got like perfect form, and you can see I'm not quite perfect form, but I'm better. I'm way better than I used to be. There's no doubt about it. But still, I'm not going to be competing with this character for a while. He's just a little too expert. I'm just trying to get to the point where I can do what he's doing, not much less do it a bunch of times with any kind of form. But rest assured, I can do things now that I could not do when I started this program. One is I can go way deeper with pistol squats than I could before. When I started, I couldn't even do bench height. I was using my block here, which is 30 inches, and I was barely getting down to there. And this thing is like 15 inches. So, I'm sorry, no, it's 20 inches. I was doing the 20-inch side, the small side. This is 15 or so inches at its high, at the highest point. And then I switched to a chair, which was about 18 inches. And even then, I was like, okay, this is tough. And then I went to the bench. I did bench for a couple of weeks, and I found, yeah, it's not so bad. That's when I decided to start moving onto the lower ends and start to drop myself. And here I am, getting pretty close to being able to do 14 inches. Now I'm still not. I mean, this is bottom, right? Because you can't go to the ground because my legs are longer than the gap between the thickness of my legs and my calves and the ground, you know, is not my butt touching the ground. My butt will be this far off the ground or so, no matter what I do, short of falling backwards. I cannot touch the ground when I squat. Even with two legs fully supporting me all the way down, my bum is not going to go that far down. Hey, this is the last set of the day. Let's put a 25-pound into the mix. Maybe I won't have to do 11. Still got to watch my form though. That's the reason I haven't been doing 25s lately, because I do 25s uh, in the past. Because I'm trying to watch my form here. I don't want to stress like I said, I don't want to hurt my hips. And I got to go down far enough. So if I'm not going down the right distance, it's not worth it. We'll stop at 9 for set number 5. I felt it. Was feeling a little strain in some of those joints I don't want to feel strain in. So we're good. Okay, there you go. Uh, 90 and 15, or 25, it's 115, and I did 9. There we go, man. That's it. 97 minutes. And that's a 97-minute workout. I think that's probably a little bit faster than I'd be if I had done 2 minutes all the way through, but there were a couple times when I was slower, so my 90-second gaps might not have come out to 90-second average. So it's probably in the range of where you'd be if you stuck perfectly to the 2-minute gaps. I was shooting for 90 seconds, and I did 90 seconds or less on a lot of them, but I also had a couple where I went over by a couple of minutes when I was messing with cameras and stuff. So there you go. That's CaliMove, the middle of the week. Okay, so the third day of CaliMove for this week. That's assuming I stream. I don't know if I'll stream, so I'll show you what it is. This would be what I have to do Friday. It's the same top 2 items, again with 8. But then I add these 2 guys in, which is, you got a step up version, which is basically pistol squats, except you're doing a step up version. So you're raising your whole body up, you're keeping one leg straight down. And then you do these glute bridges, but it's 8 again. So instead of, you got a 90-second break in here, but that's what I do anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. So maybe I'll do 2 minutes and 1 minute, just to keep things at a higher pace than this thing is recommending. But ultimately, I think it's kind of funny though, that they have a larger gap in the 2 exercises at the top, the rest periods, or is a larger rest period between 2 exercises that are opposite muscles. So, pulling and pushing are opposite muscles, which means you're not fatiguing either one of them that much in doing the second. Because they're support muscles, but it's not as bad. You're doing a push-up versus a pull. And so one's kind of a back, one's kind of a chest, one's triceps, one's biceps as primaries. And then, the other ones are mainly support muscles. They are there. What they call them, the antithesis muscles? I don't know. They're the end. But either way, it seems like you would have a a shorter gap in that workout in between these two, simply because you don't need as much rest when you're doing muscles that aren't as closely related. But then you go down to these kind of things and they shorten the rest to 90 seconds, but you're doing glutes and hamstrings on both. So as you're getting fatigued doing one, you're getting more tired for the other. So it really makes the 90 seconds tough, you know. Um, it's probably because it's legs, and legs have more endurance, and generally body weight exercises for legs tend to be easier. So by shortening that gap and putting them both together like that, you're burning them out enough that hopefully by the time you get to set 8, you're pretty tired, and you feel like you've got a full workout in. There is a workout called I don't know if you've seen Jason Momoa's workout. It's what they call it's like a max 7 workout. Basically, you do seven reps, 7 sets of 7 exercises, and you just keep going, and you just go. And the idea is that you're going through all 7 exercises, and then you just come right back up, and there's no gap in between. It's just 7, 7, 7, 7. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, I got that wrong. It's 7 reps, 7 sets with 7-second intervals. So and I think you do it's 3 or 4 exercises, but you're going one to the other right away. So you go exercise 7 seconds, exercise 7 seconds, exercise 7 seconds. You're only doing 7, but as you can tell, with no rest, you're just going. But the theory is that by the time you reach 7 sets, you're burned out, right? You have no juice left, and those last 7 reps are killer, right? Because you're just totally worked. But the workout only takes 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and you're doing essentially, 150 exercises or something like that, 150 reps. It's pretty rough. So you got to watch your, the weights. You got to pick weights that are good, challenging at 7, but not so challenging that you can't get through all 7 sets. Sometimes by you had those last few sets, you may only be doing 5 or 6, depending on whatever it is you did. So you got to keep the exercises close. It's a tough one to do in the gym because you got to have all the things right next to each other. But it's a good workout. Okay, that's it. I am going to do my spiel now. So for those of you who don't want to, for me, when I do stretches, I like to do what do you call it? Flamingo stretches. That's the one-legged where you pull your leg behind you. They have runner stretches. Where you put one leg in front of you and you lean the knee outward so that it kind of stretches the IT band. You want to keep the IT band nice and stretched. Do side stretches, great for IT band as well. Runners have issues sometimes with IT bands. That's the muscle that runs down from the back of your glute down to your front of your knee. And a lot of times people who run have issues with the IT band. Although I will say, the flamingo stretch is the one-legged stretch where you're basically standing. It's kind of like a hurdler stretch when you're standing up. So you're basically doing this. This is a flamingo stretch. So you're standing on one leg, and then you pull this leg back. For me, I like to. Sometimes I'll have one. Point my toe outward, which stretches the outside of the hamstring. Not hamstring, but the glutes, and then no, the quads. Sorry. And then if you point your toe inward, you'll notice that the stretch moves to the inside of your leg. So you can kind of get both. Just do about 5 or 10 seconds on each side and do a couple sets of those on each leg. Now, you notice that I don't stretch after after my workouts. I should. I don't stretch as much as I used to. I used to put 15, 20 minutes of stretching in every day at the start. Then I started learning, well, you shouldn't stretch at the beginning of a workout because your muscles are cold. You should be warmed a little bit. So go run. Run a mile, run 2 miles, stop. Then when you're warm and your muscles are bloody, then the blood is flowing, you stop. Do your stretches, mid-run or whatever. Once you've got that warmth going in your body and the muscles are kind of, elastic now, that's when you do your stretches. And then you can, finish your run or whatever, or start your workout, whatever you're going to do. So it's a couple of different things. Hamstring, the best ones are like doing hurdler stretches are great, but but I don't. Our figure fours are probably better than hurdler. Some people do hurdler, but they say it stresses your knee too much. Um, like I said, IT band. I like to do IT band, which is essentially. I don't think I can show you this here. So IT band stretches for me are like doing this, where you have one leg that kind of falls outward, and then you just kind of lean forward, and you can feel it stretching on the outside of your leg back here. So and the more forward this leg is, don't push it all the way down if you can't, but you get it down there enough. Um, if you depending on each person's elasticity, you'll feel it though in the back, and it's good for the hamstring or for the IT band. Keep the IT band loose for running. Uh, what else? And like I said, side stretches are good because it runs. No, actually, it's not too bad. It's better than hurdler stretches. You can feel the difference. If you basically what you're doing is you're going into a lunge, and then you're letting your leg lean out. Now you're gonna feel it more in your glute than you are in your knee. You should. Um, and again, don't push your leg all the way down, but you're going to feel it. The more you push down, the more it's going to feel it in the glute. Your knee can kind of feel it if you're not letting your hip drop enough with it. So the goal is to try to keep your knee square while it's pushing out, right? So you're trying to you got your knee square and you're pushing out to cheap it that way. You don't want to start letting like your hip fall more than your knee, because that's when you start twisting your knee, right? So if you keep it square and move down, you're not going to stress your knee as much. You're going to mostly feel it in the hip. But as soon as you start twisting and letting that hip twist, and then you're pushing down, then you're putting more stress on the knee. And this is kind of why hurdler stretches aren't great, because the hurdler stretch, when your leg is behind you like that, actually forces the knee to tweak a little bit in relation to your hip, and it puts a lot more stress on the knee. And that's why figure fours are generally considered better, because again, you can kind of keep your your leg and your knee in a 90-degree angle that doesn't have any twisting in it. You don't want that twisting effect when you're stretching, because it puts too much strain on the knee. That's kind of what you're going for when you do those things, is that you always try to keep your knee. It's just like when you're doing squats or anything else. They say it used to be that they say don't do squats where your knees past your toes. That's kind of becoming less and less true. I mean, you'll hear more and more people tell you that's not necessary. But what is important is that you have stable knees that line up with your leg. So when you're doing your squats, even if the knee goes out, you don't want shaky legs, because when you're doing shaky legs, that's your knee it's twisting. You don't want the twisting. You want stable. So as you're doing it, you want to work on keeping that stability. So then you can go lower, but you don't want the knee twisting. You don't want your hip coming in or out around your knee. The idea is that it comes in straight, that your knee and your hip are in line with your toes, and you're able to keep that 90 degree, well, maybe not 90 degrees, but you're keeping that straight line between your hip and your toes. And as soon as that starts to twist, that's when your knees get stressed. So there you go. That's the trick. You don't want your knees twisting. If your legs are shaking a lot while you're squatting, don't go down as far, come back up. Do the exercises to the point where you feel like you can stabilize. Now you'll notice that when I was doing my one-legged squats, my pistol squats there, I was getting a little shaky on my knees, and so I have to stop and focus in my mind. Yeah, don't feel bad. Like I said, like I was saying earlier, when I started this is just a few months ago. When I started this, I could not squat. I could not do one-legged squats down to the 30 or 20-inch distance. 20-inch distance is about this high, from the ground. So I was basically here. I could squat to about here. And you can see I'm not even down to 90 degrees here. So that's where I was with one leg. I couldn't do it. My legs just stressed out. But then when you start doing pistol squats, again, your legs get wobbly, and you don't want wobbly. So you got to work on two-legged squats, work on full range squats, do them both together if necessary. One of the things that they mentioned in CaliMove is you could do something like if you have a pole in front of you, that'll help stabilize you. So you can go down all the way and then you use the pole to come back up. I don't know. You have to find like at the gym something that's got something you can grab onto. But ultimately, it's, try to keep yourself stable, but go all the way down and teach your legs to be able to do that motion. And you're just building that stability in your legs so that you can start doing more and more and gain better balance. Because that's a lot of what it is, right? It's all about your balance. If you don't do things that work your balance, that create stability, because you think about it, I don't know if you've ever done bench press. If you can remember, if you haven't done bench press recently, then you might know this now. But if you remember, for me, when I first started doing bench press, you pick up the bar and you're doing this bit, no matter what weight you're doing, even if it's light, you're kind of like, start getting challenged. But as you get stronger, your body starts learning to stabilize, and all those little muscles, all those little bits, bring your get it to that point where even now, if I'm working with weight that's just killing me, I'm still stable all the way. My muscles have learned to work together. If one arm's dying, then I might be tilting slightly, but I'm not unstable. I'm just losing strength on one side faster. But I'm not doing this and tweaking myself. Same goes with your legs. If your legs aren't used to doing things that require stability, like balance or deep squats or anything like that, you're not going to have that strength. You got to build that up. And I'm gotten so much better since I started the CaliMove that I can go down as far as I do. And I feel pretty good about it. I'm getting pretty far, but I'm not far enough. I want to be able to do a full pistol squat. And just knowing that I've progressed that far gives me hope that I'll be able to do it. The fact that I can do even a tuck, even a poor, I'll call it a poor man's tuck planche, because a full tuck planche, your knees are kind of back a little bit. They're under your hips. For me, they're like under my stomach. But hey, it's all my weight on my arms, so that's a starting point. Eventually, hopefully, I'll have enough core strength. Because really, when you start doing planche, anything, it's all about your core strength. A pistol squat's exactly what I was doing, the one-legged squats. Um, but it just means like one leg is sticking out and you're going down with one leg. But a full pistol squat goes all the way down, where your leg, where you're basically just going to go down to, what do they say, ash grass. But you don't really go down to that far because most people's butts don't touch the ground in a full squat. But they are all the way down where basically your quads or your hamstrings are touching your calves. That's kind of where it comes down to, right? You're going down so far that you're like this, and then you're pushing back up. And the one leg out is supposed to be balance, keeps you from falling over backwards, and you want to go down and come back up. You see people online do them, and it's impressive. Some people are really good at it. They just go down and up and down and up and down and up, like it's not even a challenge to them. Well, I can't do it yet. I've come close to being able to do it with momentum, but that's not a good way to do them. I don't recommend trying to do a momentum up because that's forward pressure on your knee. And I'm not talking about pressure in the sense that uh, you're squatting down and your knee's going forward. I'm talking about forward pressure in that you're pushing forward when you do momentum like that. And that's really not good for your knee. And I actually was doing that one day and I'm like, oh, that kind of hurt. Of course I stopped. Number one thing, know your body. If you feel any twinge that does not feel natural, I'm not talking about soreness from the day before or whatever. I'm talking about some weird tweak or twinge going on during a lift. Don't do the next lift. Stop. Move around. See if you can get it to go away. If not, do something else. Just go to a different exercise. Give your body the day or whatever to rest. A lot of times, those little twinges, those little weird pains. I mean, I'm talking about pains. I'm not talking about awkward stuff. Maybe I'm not saying be a quitter. What I'm saying is if you feel something that actually feels like pain, stop that exercise. You can go do other exercises. There's plenty of other exercises out there that to keep your day going. There's plenty of fill-ins. Maybe that's the day you go do some curls or some triceps or something else. Just do something different. If it's in your back, especially, if you ever feel a little twinge in your back, don't pick up the weight. Some people squat and they have the emergency bars there, and they go to do a squat and they feel a little twinge and they go, oh, that hurt. Let's push this thing back up and put it away. No. Put the dang weight down if you can. Problem with squats, sometimes it's really dangerous just to put the weight down. And that's why people get hurt, because they push through it, put it away, and then their back is done. You know, they pushed in and they've just stressed them. Basically, what's happening is your muscles have already kind of said, "I quit," and you keep going, and now that's when you just start tearing the muscle. And you got to be careful. So I don't do squats. I don't like squats under load. If they're not under load, it's easy to quit, right? You can stop, you can lean over, you can fall, you can do whatever it takes if somehow you get something that's off. Or even then, if you do come back up, um, there's no extra stress on the weight. It gets easier as you come back to the top. There's no load there, and you can just quit. And I do it. I've done it. You know, sometimes you just got to do it. Anyway, I gotta get to work. It's 9:41. I gotta go do my other stream where I actually get some training in my braining and hopefully learn enough that somebody wants to hire me because I need a job. Till next time, you take it easy, stay fit, stay healthy.